Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. WWE Backlash 2025 delivered an action-packed night with several shocks, title defenses, and teases for the future. With some feuds closing and others beginning to brew, WWE Raw is set to be a major turning point post the premium live event. Massive names like Seth Rollins, Becky Lynch, and Gunther are all expected to feature, while others may be stepping into new rivalries following the results at Backlash. From surprising turns to long-awaited confrontations, Raw could set the stage for what's next on the road to SummerSlam. Here are 5 key things that could happen on the Red Brand episode after Backlash. The man fell short in her attempt to win the Women's Intercontinental Championship, unable to take the title away from Lyra Valkyria. Although many thought Bayley might get involved, Valkyria retained her title without any interference after a clean bout. Now Bayley has a chance to come back and face Lynch on Raw. Their story started before WrestleMania, when Lynch attacked Bayley backstage and took her off TV for a while. With Lynch losing, Bayley could use it to taunt her and make things personal, leading to a match at Money in the Bank or maybe even SummerSlam. Rhea Ripley and Io Shirai are scheduled to team up on Raw to face Giulia and Roxanne Perez. While the match looks solid on paper, the chemistry between Ripley and Shirai might take center stage. Ripley has shown signs of frustration in recent weeks, and a heel turn on Shirai would ignite a brand new rivalry on the Red Brand. A betrayal could cost their team the match and lead to a future showdown for the Women's World Championship. With stars like Giulia and Perez also involved, this match could be the beginning of new players in the title picture. AJ Styles is set to face Finn Balor in a singles match on Raw, and the stakes could be higher than fans expect. With Dominic Mysterio retaining his title at Backlash, thanks to interference from El Grande Americano, a fresh challenger is needed for the champion. Styles defeating Balor, especially with Judgment Day misfiring recently, could be WWE's way of positioning him as the next contender. A feud between Styles and Mysterio would add intensity to the mid-card scene and could push Dominic to cement his position on the top as champion, while continuing Judgment Day's internal drama. Gunther was successful in his promise as he made Pat McAfee tap out at Backlash, and might use the upcoming episode of the Red Brand to celebrate and boast about his dominance before a shocking twist stuns everyone. WWE teased tension previously between Gunther and Goldberg back at Bad Blood, and now could be the time to pull the trigger. With Gunther's disrespect toward his opponents seemingly going overboard, Goldberg could return to stand up for the WWE locker room. The WWE Hall of Famer's arrival would set the wheels in motion for a retirement match for the star at SummerSlam, which has been heavily rumored for months. CM Punk shocked the world when he returned on Raw last week to cost Seth Rollins a chance to get his hands on the World Heavyweight Championship, which left Braun Breaker and the Visionary furious. If both men try to unleash an assault on Punk again, one massive return could change everything. The OTC Roman Reigns has been absent since Raw after WrestleMania, but could return to save Punk and even the odds. A tag team match at SummerSlam between Reigns and Punk versus Rollins and Breaker would be a blockbuster. Fans will have to wait and see what WWE has in store for the Red Brand episode kicking off in a few hours. Backlash 2025 is officially in the rearview mirror, but the road ahead for WWE is paved with more chaos, controversy, and perhaps the biggest Raw of the year. While the premium live event delivered unforgettable moments, highlighted by brutal showdowns, title changes, and interference, WWE is now focused on rebuilding its flagship show with high-stakes fallout and jaw-dropping returns. The post-Backlash Raw is shaping up to be historic, and if the whispers from backstage hold any truth, fans are in for a shocking night that will include the return of Roman Reigns, the involvement of 2 WWE Hall of Famers, and possibly a betrayal that changes the main event scene leading into SummerSlam. Here's a deep look at what could happen on WWE Raw following Backlash 2025, and why this could be a turning point for the company. First and foremost, all signs point to the return of Roman Reigns. The tribal chief has been absent since his devastating loss at WrestleMania 41, and WWE has been teasing his return across digital platforms for weeks. After months of silence and speculation, Reigns is expected to confront Solo Sikoa and the Bloodline 2.0 faction that has slowly drifted away from his leadership. Solo's rise as the self-proclaimed head of the table has created an inevitable power struggle that could finally explode on Raw. Reigns isn't just back to reclaim dominance, he might be coming to dismantle the very empire he built. If Roman walks out on Raw, expect an intense stare-down with Solo, possibly with Paul Heyman awkwardly stuck in the middle. The undisputed WWE champion Cody Rhodes might also take notice, as Reigns could demand a rematch or a seat back at the championship table. But Reigns won't be the only legend making headlines. Multiple sources have hinted that 2 WWE Hall of Famers are scheduled to make surprise appearances on Raw. And not just for nostalgia. One of them is rumored to be Randy Orton, whose presence could reignite his long-standing feud with Cody Rhodes or spark a veteran alliance to take on the chaos surrounding the Bloodline. Orton has been relatively quiet since his brutal loss at WrestleMania, but his return now would be perfect timing for a career resurgence. The second Hall of Famer might just be Batista. The Animal was recently involved in a social media campaign hyping the future of dominance in WWE, and some believe he's ready to mentor a young star, possibly Braun Breaker, who lost the Intercontinental Championship at Backlash. Imagine Batista walking out to confront the current power players of Raw, drawing a line in the sand against the likes of Gunther, Dominic Mysterio, or even Logan Paul. This isn't a cameo. It could be the start of a multi-episode arc heading into SummerSlam. Another headline-grabbing scenario could come in the form of Betrayal, and this one might shake the women's division to its core. During Backlash, the team of Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill barely survived their tag team match against Damage CTRL. While they showed chemistry in battle, there's been subtle tension brewing for weeks. On Raw, Jade could finally turn on Belair, launching her long-anticipated heel run and targeting the WWE Women's World Championship. A post-match sneak attack or a backstage ambush could set the wheels in motion. Jade aligning herself with a faction, possibly joining a reformed Hurt Business or even reuniting with someone like MVP, would instantly position her as Raw's top villain. Meanwhile, Bianca would be thrust into the role of top babyface once again, with the potential for an emotional showdown at SummerSlam. Adding to the chaos could be the announcement of a new general manager or a returning authority figure. Adam Pearce has been visibly overwhelmed in recent months, juggling Raw, SmackDown, and the tension between rising stars and unruly veterans. WWE may pull the trigger on a major shakeup by reintroducing a legendary name into the mix. Names like Stephanie McMahon or even Triple H have been floating around as possible candidates. A power struggle in the back could mirror the power struggle in the ring, making Raw feel like a battleground of egos. If Stephanie returns, it could set up a long-term feud with a heel faction trying to take over the show, creating new opportunities for overlooked talent like Ricochet, Shayna Baszler, or Johnny Gargano to rise up. And finally, there's the question of the tag team division, which has been in disarray since Backlash. With the Judgment Day showing signs of implosion after Finn Balor and JD McDonagh lost their titles, WWE might use Raw to officially split the group. Damian Priest, now holding the World Heavyweight Championship, could either issue an ultimatum or expel the others. Rhea Ripley's absence has left a power vacuum, and if she doesn't return immediately, Dominic could side with Priest or go rogue. A surprise team, maybe DIY or even a returning Authors of Pain, could step up to challenge the remaining Judgment Day members, leading to a restructured division that finally allows younger teams like the Creed Brothers or Pretty Deadly to shine. This shift might even lead to the reintroduction of trios titles, something WWE has teased but never delivered. Raw after Backlash 2025 is shaping up to be more than just a night of fallout. It's poised to be a night of revelations, returns, and revolts. Roman Reigns confronting Solo Sikoa could lead to a civil war within the Bloodline. Randy Orton and Batista returning to Raw might completely change the veteran landscape. Jade Cargill betraying Bianca Belair would instantly reset the women's division. A new GM could alter the show's direction entirely, and the Judgment Day's possible implosion could finally bring closure to a faction that has dominated Raw for over 2 years. WWE is entering a bold new chapter, and the post-Backlash Raw might be the beginning of a storyline renaissance that stretches all the way to WrestleMania 42. Buckle up. The Red brand may never be the same again. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our WWE official YouTube channel for more update news.